very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News with me, Abrar Abid, coming to you live and direct with the very latest. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. The 73rd budget of independent Sri Lanka will be presented in Parliament tomorrow. Work on the country's largest investment promotion gets underway. President and Prime Minister extend greetings marking the Mahashivratri Day. At least 23 have died in the Alabama tornado. Now, in our lead story, the 73rd budget of independent Sri Lanka will be presented to Parliament tomorrow. The Finance Minister said that the prime focus of this year's budget would be empowering the people and nurturing the poor. Minister Mangala Samaravira will be presenting the budget to Parliament as the 24th Finance Minister. The preparation of the budget is being done by Minister Mangala Samaravira. The Finance Minister said that Finance Secretary Dr. R.H.S. Samaratunga had joined in this process. This is the fifth budget of the present government. Facilities concerning basic education, health and livelihood are also expected to be enhanced in the budget. A sum of 4,550 billion rupees has been allocated for the government's expenditure this year, while the expected income of the government is 2,400 billion rupees, the Finance Ministry said, adding that the government hopes to reduce the deficit to 3.5% by next year. The budget deficit, which stood at 7.6%, was reduced to 5.3% in the year 2018. The Finance Ministry said that this has been further reduced to 4.7%. The intention of the government is to bring it down to 3.5%. After a period of 5 decades, there was a surplus last year in the primary balance. It is intended to further improve it during this year. Meanwhile, the Finance Ministry said that the primary balance of the government's funds, which has recorded a surplus after almost a decade, is expected to be maintained throughout this year. It mentioned that the increase in primary balance has provided the government an opportunity to pay off debts obtained by the government. Accordingly, 2,200 billion rupees has been allocated for this year's debt servicing purposes, while the amount of debt is expected to be reduced to 2,079 billion rupees. The debate on the second reading of the budget will be held from the 6th to the 12th of this month. The vote on the second reading is due to be taken on the 12th evening. The debate on the third reading is slated to be held from the 13th of March to the 5th of April. The final vote will be taken on the 5th of April. Now, Hindu devotees in many countries throughout the world celebrate the Mahashivratri today. The President, the Prime Minister and the opposition leader have extended their greetings to mark the occasion. Shivratri falls on the moonless 14th night of the new moon in the Hindu moon month of Palgan, which corresponds to the month of March in English calendar. There are various interesting legends related to the festival of Mahashivratri. According to one of the most popular legends, Shivratri marks the wedding day of Lord Shiva and Parvati. Some believe that it was on this auspicious night of Shivratri that Lord Shiva performed the Tandav, the dance of the primal creation, preservation and destruction. Celebrating the festival of Shivratri, devotees observe day and night fast and perform ritual worship of Shivalingam to appease Lord Shiva. Various traditions and customs related to Shivratri festivals are dutifully followed by the worshippers of Lord. In a message of greetings issued to mark the Mahashivratri Day, President Maithripala Sirisena said that due to the mental depression experienced today as a result of the current fast-track societal pressure, there is an increasing tendency for the people to lean towards spiritual reconciliation. Fulfillment of the aspirations of the Hindus in our country as well as in other parts of the world through such religious rituals would also provide light to the other communities who live with them in harmony. The President mentioned that Mahashivratri is the day that Hindu devotees all over the world undertake a fast and offer prayers through the day and night to pay homage to Lord Shiva, who they consider as the creator of the universe. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe in his message said that Mahashivratri is celebrated by Hindus across the globe to venerate Lord Shiva with great enthusiasm and with a hope for spiritual freedom attained through wisdom. He said that this night, celebrated with lights and full of decorations with pure hope for good luck, reflects the light of unity within cultural, religious and ethnic diversity experienced by all Sri Lankans. Premier Wickremesinghe opined that it is with immense pleasure he is conveying his best wishes on everyone following Hinduism for blissful celebrations and peace achieved through spiritual well-being. Now, opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa mentioned in his message that freedom of beliefs and religion should play a key role in promoting togetherness and inclusivity through respect for each other. He said that the rich traditions and festivals of Hinduism not only have united other communities together, but have also ensured that Hinduism remains effervescent in Sri Lanka. He wished everyone observing good fortune and prosperity and hoped that the festival will be observed in the spirit of harmony. Now moving on to some more local news, a portrait of State Attorney H. Sri Nishanka, who rendered a pioneering service in the setting up of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, been unveiled at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party head office. It took place under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. The commemoration of State Attorney H. Sri Nishanka, a great leader dedicated on behalf of national aspirations, was held on the 26th of February. The portrait was unveiled at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party head office to mark this event. The president also offered flowers to this portrait. Many senior members of the party, including General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara, Senior Vice Chairman Nimal Siripala de Silva, former Minister Mahinda Amaravira and family members of Mr. Nishanka joined in the occasion. Meanwhile, the president also joined in the Galle District Balamandala meeting held at the party head office under the restructure program of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Now, another significant project to make the country the kingdom of economic revival was launched today. It was with the launching of Sri Lanka's largest export processing zone in Bingiria. It was the launch of such an investment processing zone after 15 years that would generate a large number of direct and indirect jobs. These activities took place under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Construction of this massive investment promotion zone on an extent of 1,200 acres in Bingiria was mooted under the aegis of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The first sod of earth was cut at an auspicious time. This new EPZ would be developed in 3 stages. In the first stage, 164 acres will be developed and 25 new industries will be set up. 10,000 jobs, direct job opportunities and 3,000 indirect job opportunities would be generated. In the second stage, new industries will be established on 282 acres. 25,000 direct and 10,000 indirect jobs are expected to be created in the second stage. Developing of 1,200 acres of the export processing zone will be undertaken in the third and final stage. It will generate 75,000 direct jobs. The development project of the Bingiria Export Processing Zone is expected to be completed between 8 and 12 years. Among the industrial factories to come up would be heavy and light engineering industries, information technology and related industries, vehicle spare part factories, vehicle assembling factories, external service institutes, garment and food processing industries. A special project will be in place for the planting of trees to replace the trees removed from the industrial zone. 3,000 seedlings were distributed on the occasion with respect to the planting of 5 seedlings in place of a coconut tree that had been removed. Awarding of 24 houses to low-income families took place under the Jayamaga Foundation. Now moving on to some more local news, Minister Arjuna Ranatunga has given instructions to launch a special inquiry into a questionable unsolved insurance deal which was to have taken place in Sri Lanka Transport Board. The Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation Services has taken initiatives to immediately rectify this insurance deal. The ministry said that this has helped to save a sum of 2 million rupees for the Sri Lanka Transport Board. Prices were called from insurance companies to undertake insurance for buses of the Sri Lanka Transport Board, drivers and conductors, and also for third-party insurance during the period of the former chairman of the board. The technical committee, which considered the proposals, recommended to hand over the insurance activities to the Insurance Trust Fund. But it is reported that former chairman Ramal Siravardhana, who headed the procurement committee, had been considering to entrust the insurance activities to another insurance company which had submitted a bid higher than the Insurance Trust Fund. Minister Arjuna Ranatunga, who took action following a complaint received in this respect, had given instructions for holding an immediate inquiry into the matter. Accordingly, a decision was taken to entrust the insurance activities to the Insurance Trust Fund. A special inquiry has been launched to investigate as to why the insurance trust fund that came forward to provide more benefits submitting a low bid was not given the insurance activities of the SLTB but had attempted to hand it over to another company that came forward to grant less benefits. Now, Minister Gamini Jayavikrama Perera has said that an insurance scheme will be started for Buddhist monks in temples having less facilities. The unveiling of the Ranvetta surrounding the Buddha of the Sri Abbe Sundara Rama Viharya and Mandavilla in Angura took place under the patronage of Ministers Gamini Vikrama Perera and Ravi Karnanayaka. The Ranvetta has put up from personal contributions made by philanthropists couple. Among those present were the chief incumbent, the Venerable Komarika Sambuddhadana Thera, and members of the Mahasangha. Now, Minister Gamini Jayavikrama has said that the insurance scheme will be started. The 26th annual sessions of the Medical Administrators Association was held under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. It was organized by the Medical Administrators Association for the 26th occasion. Doctors who presented creative new research reports on behalf of upgrading the medical field came in for appreciation. Merit certificates and prizes were awarded by Minister Rajatha Senaratne. A group of officials, including President of the Medical Administrators Association, Consultant Dr. Sujata Senaratne, joined in the occasion. In the meantime, Japan has decided to hand over a sum of 20,000 million rupees on behalf of upgrading the health sector in Sri Lanka. Japan's ambassador to Sri Lanka, Akira Sugiyama, has made the intimation to Minister Rajatha Senaratne. The Japanese ambassador intimated to the health minister when he met him. He also told the health minister that measures will be taken to provide a theatre with all modern facilities before the year 2020. Minister Rajatha Senaratne lauded the support extended by Japan to upgrade health sector in Sri Lanka.